Okay, so you've heard a lot of different ideas and opinions here. I would love to open it up to the audience now, especially students. You are basically in the trenches using social media each and every day, so we really want to hear your questions. We've got microphones floating around, and we've got cards if you don't want to personally ask your question. So refer to Cynthia and Gigi over here. Questions? Yeah, I see one right over there. Gigi next to you.
With social media, we just heard it's like a bad thing with a little bit of good, but honestly, social media is nothing without a person. So it's how you interpret social media personally. So I think social media has more good to it than bad. And we talked about we don't have a social touch, but we always go back to an older generation. It was better back in the day. When we get older, it was they have something new. Maybe artificial intelligence. We're talking about that,
Yeah.
but it's never going to be perfect. So this thing with we have these negatives that need to be solved is, I think it's a personal thing. You can choose what you want to look at. No one's forcing you to look at any page, how you interpret things, and so I don't understand this problem. It's more like a personal problem, not like a societal problem.
I'm going to be a contrarian and say that we've heard a lot it's how you use it, it's just a platform, it's neutral. It's actually not. It's optimized for certain behaviors. So there's a very popular book in the design world called Hooked. It's based on behavioral psychology, where you start with something negative and then you give a little reward, not all the time, it's variable, it's erratic, and you keep coming back for that reward. And all of our platforms, from YouTube to maybe Pinterest, less so, to Snap, to Facebook, are built on that model of design, that hooked model. And there are certain patterns that help reinforce that model. One that we've heard from panelists is called metrification. Putting numbers on things that you don't normally have numbers on. So your number of likes, or looking for a number of comments or people to respond. Another pattern that goes along with this kind of behavioralist model is called the bottomless bowl. The original research at Cornell Food Lab has been discredited now, but the idea was that there were 4 people around a table, and 2 of them, the bowls kept refilling, and the other 2, they didn't. Guess who ate more soup? The people with the bottomless bowls. And we have those patterns designed into our platforms. Endless scroll would be a really good example. Autoplay on Netflix. Design silently scripts our lives in so many ways. If you look around us, everything here has been designed. The way you're facing us is framing our conversation. The way we're walking through campus is framing our experience of each other, of nature, of the world. So it's partially us, but I want to take some of that responsibility off of us in a way too. I think we need to look to the industry and say, listen, you're designing things to reward time spent on your platform, advertising, that kind of engagement. And that brings with it design patterns that script our relationships, our feelings, our ways of being with each other. So I think that's important to just note in this conversation.
Wow. Excellent. Thank you.